I'm excited to be here to talk about the newest addition to our console lineup, PlayStation 5 Pro, and how it advances gaming technology. But first, I want to take just a minute to look at what we...
I gave her, you see?
Way too... Boy, oh boy, did I miss out on some stuff. Okay. Boy, did I miss out on some stuff. So, yeah, I'm just getting back home. I think I did say this in my previous video that I was going to be gone for a while because I had an unfortunate death in the family. So I was on a family trip, you know, for the funeral, and then I ended up staying for a little bit after that. So just getting back home, so I couldn't cover this PS5 Pro news that came out, but I knew about it. Everyone was hitting me up like, yo, look at what look at what these suckers trying to do. But now that I'm actually back home, I can actually like sit down and look and talk about this junk. So I ain't gonna spend too much time because I'm sure you guys already know all the details about the PS5 Pro. This is just me, I guess, kind of getting up to speed. Right. So yeah, brief summary of the PS5 Pro. It is going to have an upgraded GPU. We are upgrading to a GPU that has 67% more compute units than the current PS5 console and 28% faster memory. Overall, this enables up to 45% faster rendering for gameplay, making the experience much smoother. Now, I did watch, before I even started recording this vid, I watched the official, what was it, like a technical showcase or whatever of the PS5 Pro. You know when every time these suckers got anything technical about the PlayStation 5, they bring out that same dude, Mark Cerny, and then he gets on the mic and he talks like this.
One of our main goals going into the PlayStation 5 era was balancing evolution with revolution for our game developers.
And then he likes to talk about ray tracing and how important ray tracing is to video games. But what exactly is ray tracing?
So they bring out Mark Cerny, and you know, he's putting on the Mark Cerny voice, you know, doing all the stuff, making it seem like, oh my gosh, this show is gonna be amazing. When it comes to the improvements with the PS5 Pro, they call it the big three. So there's big three improvements about the PS5 Pro going from the base PS5 or the PS5 Slim, whatever. That is the upgraded GPU, which I just went over. Advanced ray tracing, of course. So the ray tracing, I personally, bro, like ray tracing is such a, I'm not saying that ray tracing don't matter, but I just be feeling like every time I hear ray tracing now, like I have to like roll my eyes because it's just like, like I just be feeling like ray tracing is kind of like overrated. But you know, I get, you know, the lighting and, you know, the way the reflections and the way it bounces off stuff, but I ain't trying to hear about no damn ray. I'm really not trying to hear about no ray tracing. That's the second of the big three. And the last of the big three is AI-driven upscaling. We're also introducing PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, an AI-driven upscaling that uses a machine learning-based technology to provide super sharp image clarity by adding an extraordinary amount of detail. And other enhancements include PS5 Pro Game Boost, which can apply to more than 8,500 backwards compatible PS4 games playable on the PS5 Pro. This feature may stabilize or improve the performance of supported PS4 and PS5 games. Yada 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 yada. They also did mention during this, I think the technical showcase was like 10 minutes. It wasn't that long, but they said 3/4 of players, when they're playing games on PS5, 3/4 of those players are playing the games on performance mode. I was kind of shocked by that. I thought it would be like maybe split 3/4. So most people, I mean, and it's not really shocking, but I was just kind of like, damn, like 3/4. So they were saying that is their main focus with the Pro, because most players are playing, you know, these games on PS5 on performance mode, and we all know lately performance mode for numerous games on PS5 has been an issue. Just with the latest Black Myth Wukong, that joke has kind of ruined my experience somewhat with the game, even though I still think the game is very fun and great to play. But and then Rebirth, Jedi Survivor, so that is their main focus with the PS5 Pro, to have the performance mode be up to par with these games, while still making the games look a little bit sharper while in that mode. Because you all know when we be on performance mode on these games, like, the graphics take a huge hit. So that's the main thing. Let me get into the issues of why people hate this thing, because when I got back home, I thought I was bugging. I thought I was bugging, because this is something that people have been asking for, right? We need a PS5 Pro. We need it. We need it. We need it. God damn it, Sony. I'm sick of this. But I was shocked by how many people was against everything that the PS5 Pro is. And now, like, you legit got people saying, I'm done with Sony. I'm done with Sony. I'm sick of these suckers. I'm going over to PC. Most likely they ain't. He ain't doing that. I mean, some people really will go over to PC, because PC is really going to start to become like, hey, bro, listen. But you have a lot of people angry at Sony. And I had to, you know, really sit on it for a bit after I watched the technical showcase. And I was like, well, gee willikers, why is that? Well, I don't know if I was the only person that noticed this, but again, I just watched this showcase before I started recording this vid right now. And one thing that I noticed is during this showcase, they were showing PS4 titles to show you the improvements of the PS5 Pro. I'm sitting here like, why are these suckers showing The Last of Us 2 a bunch of times? Why am I seeing this game? This game came out in 2020, a PS4 title that was then got a PS5 enhanced version of it. Why am I seeing Last of Us 2 to showcase the new power of the PS5 Pro? Why am I seeing Ghost of Tsushima? Why am I seeing freaking... I swear that they showed Control at one point. I'm like, Control! 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 Why am I seeing PS4 titles to showcase the PS5 Pro's power? Now, granted, they did show Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Horizon Forbidden West, Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart. But most of the games that they were showing was just either old games on PS4 or like games that, you know. So, like, I was watching the showcase and I'm just like, okay. So that's one thing that stood out to me. Another thing, of course, is the freaking price of this thing. So the PS5 Pro is going to be available November 7th. 6 days before our brother's birthday. Right. So if one of you suckers want to go ahead and donate me a PS5 Pro, because I ain't going to be buying this joke with my money. Y'all can go ahead and do that. But so it's going to be available November 7th, priced at $600. I remember before this junk even came out, suckers was like, oh, this junk gonna be $500. They ain't gonna ready to buy that much. When the PS4 Pro came out, you know, it was only what, $400 or $450, whatever. So they ain't gonna be doing that. Oh yeah, okay. $700, and for Europe, it's £799, which I think equates to like over 800 USD. Like, this junk is going to be, for a console, very pricey. It will include a 2 terabyte SSD. a dual sense controller, of course. I don't know why they included that, and a cop. This actually made me a chuckle because they was like saying all of the stuff that the PS5 Pro was going to include: a 2 terabyte SSD, a DualSense controller, and a copy of Astro's Playroom pre-installed in every PS5 Pro purchase. Oh golly, Sony, you shouldn't have. Astro's Playroom, nigga. Astro's Playroom. Not Astrobot that just came out. Astro's Playroom, which was also pre-installed on the PS5 at launch. That is what they had the nerve to include with the PS5 Pro, like as if it was a gift. Another reason why people are hating this junk is this junk is a diskless console. If you want the disk drive, that's another $80. oh, so you want to actually put games in your PS5 Pro? Oh, okay. Hold on, 1 minute. Cause these suckers is crazy. Hey, that's gonna be another $80. That's gonna be another $80. So you talking about $780+ for a PS5 Pro. If you want the stand, the vertical stand, just to stand up, because they included the stand with the freaking base PS5. How the hell is the vertical stand sold separately? And it's $30 if you want to stand up your PS5 Pro. Oh, listen. Not my Sony. Not my Sony. These suckers is trying to get you for every freaking penny. So if you want the PS5 Pro and you want it to have it to be a physical based console and you want the stand, you are easily paying over $800 for that junk. If you in Europe, that's what, over $900 something dollars, close to damn near 1,000. I ain't even trying to think of you Canadian bastards. I'm really not. God bless you. Hey, y'all got free healthcare though, right? So but and when you look at the improvements that the PS5 Pro has, not saying that it doesn't have any improvements, I'm sure the performance is going to be good, but a lot of people's issue with this thing, and my issue with this thing is what they showed at that technical showcase. It doesn't justify the price of what this thing is. Now, suckers, I remember when I had briefly talked about this when this news came out, via my posts on Instagram or my my community posts on my YouTube channel, and suckers was like, oh, this ain't for you broke ass suckers. This for the suckers that this suckers for the suckers that can actually afford it. Sucker, this ain't got nothing to do with being broke. Sucker, buying a PS5 Pro is nothing to me. Nothing. I can get multiple of these junks and do a giveaway. People want to see an actual reason of why you want to go out and buy. What is this? Not the most expensive console ever? I think when the Xbox One X came out, what was that, $500 something? This is going to be the most expensive console in history. $700, and plus, if you want the disk drive, is it warranted with the stuff that they showed you and the improvements of the big three that this is going to have with the games that they showed? Again, we still don't know any future big new IPs coming from Sony and their first party studios outside of Insomniac literally slaving away just making Marvel related content. We don't really know about any of their future big titles. Again, a lot of people are getting this junk just for GTA 6, and you better pray when GTA 6 come out. I think this junk will be so hilarious, and I think it's possible too that when GTA 6 come out, this junk is still going to have performance issues on the PS5 Pro. It wouldn't shock me not one bit. It wouldn't shock me not one bit. Then suckers really gonna start complaining about about this junk. So, I mean, bro, again, if you want to go out and buy a PS5 Pro, there is nothing wrong with the sucker. It's your money. At the end of the day, I don't care what suckers buy. Sucker, I ain't in your pockets like that. I ain't trying to pocket watch suckers. If you think that this justifies you going out and buying a PS5 Pro and you seen enough to get it and be happy with your purchase. Don't let suckers try to talk you out of it. But at the same time, if you are against it, I can see why. I can. Like, you know, I'm kind of on both sides of the, well, really, I'm really on the side of, yeah, I ain't getting this junk. Because if I'm going to spend $700, I might as well just use that $700+ to upgrade my freaking PC. Or hell, like, use that money to get a better PC. That's where I am right now. Because I said, I think this is the last generation to where, I mean, again, people are always going to still play games on consoles. I will forever be a console player, but I am starting to see more and more people entertain the idea of getting into PC. I feel like next generation with PlayStation 6 and freaking Xbox Series Z or whatever the hell they're going to call it. A lot of more people are going to start getting into PC next gen. Because suckers is like tired of this stuff that's been going on consoles with them, you know, giving us these false hopes of, oh, this console is going to do this gen, and it's going to have this, and you're going to be able to play games at glorious 4K and 120. And then when that generation starts, it's never like that, and then you gotta wait for a new model to come out to get what was promised at the start of the generation. People are tired of that. So I feel like next gen, a lot more people are gonna start getting into PCs. And another thing, bro, if you gonna go all out, like I've been saying this for so long. Like the only way. Well, not the only way, but like imagine if with this PS5 Pro, if this junk was able to and I know it would probably be over this price, but if it was able to play PlayStation 1 games, PS2 games, PS3 games, PS4 games, PS5 games, had all the stuff that they was included, you know, in this junk with the 2TB SSD and stuff, they actually showed some future titles for the PS5 that's going to be dropping next year. You know, give us like a little bit more stuff to look forward to. I don't think Suns would have an issue with this junk because it's like, oh snap, what? I can play, this junk is all backwards compatible? I can play every PlayStation game in history and it's upscaled and I could do this and that and it's going to be able to like, then I don't think people would have an issue with it because it's like, yo, like look at all the stuff that this junk will be able to do. Just putting out a console that's going to, you know, have a little bit higher performance and, you know, a little bit higher graphics and better ray tracing, but you're showing the same old ass games that suckers have already played to showcase this junk for $700+ $800+ if you want the freaking disc drive. I mean, is it hard to see why people hate this junk? In my opinion, no. What do you think about the PS5 Pro? What do you think about Sony in 2024? I actually feel like as far as pleasing the fans, this has been one of Sony's worst years that I've quite frankly have seen. Like Sony, again, they still, you know, I don't know the sales numbers of the PS5. I mean, they're doing better than Xbox. I know that still, but as far as like, you know, satisfying the fans, I feel like this has been one of Sony's worst years. I've never seen so many ponies complain. I've never seen it, and yeah, Sony, bro, listen. Whenever that next showcase is, that next PlayStation showcase. But these suckers better come hard. If they don't come hard, bro, woo, we finna in the sea, bro. But yeah, that's my thoughts of the PS5 Pro. I needed to talk about this because people was like asking me, like, you ain't talking about it done yet. So I wasn't home to do so, but now I am. So yeah, y'all let me know y'all thoughts and comments down in the comment section below. Are you still a fan of Sony? Do you plan on getting the PS5?
to get on with the ray tracing and the higher GPU.
I love Mark Cerny, bro. But yeah, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments. Until my next video, my brothers and sisters. I'll catch y'all boys in my next one, all right?